Hello and welcome everyone to the Cloud Inspired channel. So today we are going to look into a step-by-step guide and demo on Microsoft Loop. If you haven't used this collaborative tool yet, then you're really missing out. I work on a lot of projects and also deliver training, and one of the issues is that there are so many places to store information across email, apps, meeting invites, etc. This information, it can get lost in the vast amount of apps and devices we use, and it isn't really collaborative across the company and project teams to all get the best out of projects that we are working on. Microsoft Loop, it really does have the potential to revolutionize how we work together and collaborate across email, meetings, teams and documents, so that all your information and data continues to stay in one central place and everyone is working from a central point. We can increase productivity that brings teams, content and tasks together across various tools and devices, and it combines a powerful and flexible portal with portable components that move seamlessly and stay in sync across apps, allowing teams to collaborate, plan and create together. So in this demo, we are going to present a scenario where a trainer or teacher delivers a training day to students on an introduction to programming, and we will use Microsoft Loop to create all the workspaces and components that we will use to deliver and set up the training, and then demo how to collaborate between teacher and students, delivering training and collaborating, bringing all the content together. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. Okay, so we have logged into the Microsoft Loop online portal as a teacher, and we can see on the left hand side we have a getting started section. We have search where we can search for Loop pages and workspaces, which we will create later on in this video. We have notifications, recent content and ideas. So in the next section, let's create our first workspace, which will contain everything regarding our project. In a workspace, we can add meeting notes, Word documents, for example, spreadsheets and other pages. And a workspace, it contains everything regarding our project, like a file system really in a way, for a project where everyone works together centrally and collaborates across documents, components, pages, etc. So let's create one by going to the top left under Create New and choosing a new workspace. Okay, good. So for our new workspace project, as a teacher, we will deliver a training day to students on an introduction to programming. So in that case, we will call our workspace Training Day Introduction to Programming. And we can share our workspace here now to students, but we will show you in the video later on how to do this. And now we click Create. And as you can see, we now have a workspace. So what do we do with this? So, well, first we can create and add a template from the template gallery at the bottom of the page. We can see we have lots of templates to use, from project briefs to meeting note templates, team home pages and beyond. So for our training project, we select Project Wiki to collect all things related to our training, so it's all in one place. We add a title and an overview and a goal to learn an introduction to programming in one day. And in the next section, we will add an agenda of our training course as a subpage and then link into our work area. So we created our main workspace. Now let's add some subpages. The first being the agenda of our day's training. So once added, we can share the page link from the top left and copy the link. We click back to our workspace, and in the work area we can add the agenda for all students, so they will be able to find it from our main workspace. We click into it and paste our link to the agenda subpage and give it a status. We create a new category for it. The teacher is the owner and we give it a date. We then create a new subpage for a lunch, and in the next section we will create a table so that students can all collaborate with that table to choose what food they have for their lunch break. When you type / on the keyboard, in the subpage it gives you an option to select many components as listed. We will paste our pre-made table with our lunch break sandwich menu in here. Then we add a column to the right named Students, where the student can then let the teacher know what they would like for lunch. So let's copy the link again to this subpage and then create a new work area for our lunch menu. We click into it and paste out our link to the lunch menu subpage. We give it a status again, create a new category, the teacher is the owner, and we give it a date. So next, let's create a Kanban board for our training to visually map out our tasks. A Kanban board is a great way to map out tasks from start to finish for our project. So let's create one from a template. One of the tasks students will need to do is set up their coding environment for training. So we add this to the Kanban board and let the students own this as it's their task they need to do and complete with a target of today. We copy the link and add to the main workspace menu. Now we want to share the workspace with the students on this course. So we go to top left share button and click workspaces and then add our student 3, students 1 and 2 and the teacher we already have in the list, and then click invite. All the members are now shown that have access to this workspace, and we can see a notification via email is also sent looping in the student and inviting them to collaborate with the workspace. Now let's see how we sync between pages in the next section. On the left, we are logged in as a teacher, and on the right, we are logged in as a student. Both have access to the Loop Portal workspace that we created. Now, student 1 has changed her mind about lunch and now decided to go for the tuna salad. So as soon as the student types in the table that she would now like the tuna salad, instead the teacher sees an instant response here. Now we can add a Loop workspace to Teams. So we have a training program team already set up and have copied the workspace link. So when we add a new tab, and we can add a website to Teams and paste the link here. As notified, the site will be added as a tab and open in a browser window, and we post to the channel about this tab. Now we can either click the new tab created for the team or the post which will take us to our workspace. Now let's create a loop component to see how this works. Click in the 6 dots and then click Create Loop Component. On the right, click Copy Component. Now we can literally paste our menu choice component and loop everyone in on a Teams chat to make sure everyone sees this and makes their lunch choice before 10 a.m. Now we can collaborate between the student on the right and the teacher on the left in Teams with our lunch menu component. Now let's share our Kanban board we created earlier in our Outlook email, which helps map out tasks from start to finish for our project. So we click the 6 dots and then copy the component link. Now we email this over from the teacher to our students and paste the link. The student on the right hand side of the page sees the email and the Kanban board tasks with ones that's needed this morning to complete for training. The student can open the detailed view from here. The teacher on the left has been informed that there are no notes provided to set this up. So the teacher checks and yes, the student is correct, there are no notes provided. The teacher then copies and pastes all the required notes required for the student to complete the task, and as soon as the teacher updates the notes, then the student can see this in real time through the email component as shown. The student then updates and informs the teacher that this task has been completed from student 1, and then the teacher then receives an email mention from student 1 and also a notification in the Loop application. Now we will take a look at the Teams meetings with an agenda. So how often do we insert an agenda into our meetings via an email body? This isn't a very productive as we can't easily interact and cross off what's been covered in the meeting or even add or amend meeting notes later on and follow up tasks in real time. We also lose track of when meetings occur for our projects and find ourselves searching in Outlook calendars over the previous weeks or months as a reminder of when the meeting occurred. Also trying to find out what was covered in the meeting around that time as well. Well, with Loop, we can make things a lot more productive with meetings. So we create a Teams meeting here and we choose our Teams site, and then we can add an agenda to this meeting, and we can see the meeting has been set up in Outlook ready for our attendance. So let's join as it's time for the meeting, and for this demo let's pretend we have everyone in the meeting and we are going through the agenda. We can see the meeting agenda on the right hand side of the meeting, and we can tick this off so everyone in the meeting will be able to see in real time. We can also add meeting notes as the meeting progresses. The great thing about this is that the meeting, including the agenda and the notes, are all in one place for reference to query for the next meeting so we can keep track, and we can also add this meeting to our workspace and add some follow-up tasks as well. So let's end this meeting and do that now. We open the meeting we've just had and we can add and change some notes. When we go back into the workspace and go to meeting notes, we can see our meeting we just attended is listed here. We want to add further meetings here under a page so they are all in one place. So we create a new page called meetings and then we drag the meeting under this page. Now whenever we have further meetings, they are all contained in this one section under meetings so we can find them easily. We can add follow-up tasks as a progress tracker too. So in this instance, all the students have completed their training and the teacher needs to send out certifications to all the students. So let's add a progress tracker as a reminder of what still needs to be done. We list that certifications need to be sent out via email by the teacher. So we set this up as the owner of the task. The status is in progress with an end date of today, and the teacher also gets a notification via email. Collaboration is great between teams and changing content in real time. However, imagine if, for example, students amend or delete content that they have permissions to by mistake. In this example, a student deletes the whole agenda of the training day, which wouldn't be good. So as a teacher, we can use a version control to roll this back and restore the current version with the selected version. Can also print content to PDF or export. We go to the three dots and we can choose whether to print or save as a PDF and adjust things like layout, paper size and scale. To make our pages more interesting and visual, we can add covers to pages. So on the page, select Rename and Style and Update Cover, and then choose a related picture for your page. We can now use templates and save our pages for future use by right-clicking on the page and clicking Save Page as a template. When we now go to the template gallery, our template is listed here to use. Thanks for watching, and hope the video changes the way you collaborate within your projects. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, that would be most appreciated, and you will be the first to see new content created. Like, comment, and let's hear how it's improved your working collaboration between teams. Thanks, and see you all soon.